Ladies and gentlemen, the politics of this country actually keep on changing. And if you look at the political arena of the opposition side in Kenya, and more in particular, as Raila Molo Odinga actually joined the government of William Samoei Arap Ruto, and Rigathi Gachagua was actually impeached. And immediately, Rigathi Gachagua was impeached by President William Samoei Arap Ruto's government. That is the time we started hearing about Wamnyoro, because Rigathi Gachagua, who many people thought that the impeachment was going to finish him politically once and for good. He went back and assembled himself and started being anti-Ruto. And he has actually eventually taken the opposition side. And then Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka also joined Rigathi Gachagua, and they started campaigning together. And Rigathi Gachagua said that when you help the son of Mau Mau from Mount Kenya, you will never regret. You will also be helped at the right time. And then Right Honorable Fred Okengo Matiang'i also joined the Wamnyoro. Then Eugene Wamalwa also joined that group. Martha Karua also joined the group. And now this group, the so-called Wamnyoro group, comprising those people I have said above, they started campaigning against William Samoei Arap Ruto, and they took the opposition face in our republic, Kenya. And then that group has always been telling the people of this nation that they will unite under one person who will take on President William Samoei Arap Ruto. But many people believe that that group is actually not going to hold together. But the political class in that group has always been telling the Kenyans that they are going to hold together. They are going to choose one person to be their flag bearer. Let come 2027 presidential election, and he will run against William Samoei Arap Ruto for presidency. But is that group going to hold together? Because many people feel that that group is actually going to get divided. Because, as you know currently, people are saying that the best person suitable to go for presidency in that group is Fred Okengo Matiang'i. We also have other people who are saying that it is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is the most senior person in that group. And it is either Kalonzo or Kalonzo will go to the ballot. But now, Rigathi Gachagua has come out and he has declared to the public that Kenyans are pushing him to go for presidency of this nation. Because Rigathi Gachagua feels that he is the most suitable candidate who can run against William Samoei Arap Ruto. And that is why he's saying that he cannot let Kenyans down because of that push. They are telling him that you must go for presidency. But what does that indicate? It indicates that Rigathi now is pushing himself and he is going to go for the presidency of this nation. And that can show a crack in the Wamnyoro group. So that is actually what I want to dissect to you. And we want to look, will Rigathi Gachagua actually be able to go against William Samoei Arap Ruto and unseat him? And what will that do to the opposition? Will that bring a crack in the opposition side? And will that be what is going to destroy the side of opposition and probably hands over presidency to William Samoei Arap Ruto late come 2027? So if you are interested in that, please stay put. But before we enter into that conversation, I could request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload any political content into YouTube. And also give this video a like. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to this YouTube channel, I say thank you so much, because you are our inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And now, let us dive into the discussion of the day. Rigathi has come out and he has said that the Kenyans are pushing him, that he must be on the ballot. Let come 2027 presidential election. And actually that is what he is going to do. Will that be viable? What will that do to the opposition side? And can Rigathi Gachagua have that capability to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto? Now, let us try to look at the presidency push by Rigathi Gachagua. Is it viable? I've tried to look at that. We can say Rigathi Gachagua is the king or the kingpin of Mount Kenya. We can say that the people from Mount Kenya, they can feel that Rigathi Gachagua should actually go for presidency, and more so, the political class. But is that viable? Because the people of this nation may not be able to vote for Rigathi Gachagua, because they may feel that they are not ready for another presidency coming from Mount Kenya. And because of that notion in the majority of the Kenyans, that can actually make Rigathi Gachagua to lose directly to William Samoei Arap Ruto. And at the same time, if Rigathi Gachagua will actually continue pushing to be on the ballot, I am very sure that is going to divide the side of opposition. Because I feel that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka cannot allow that, because he believes he is the most senior person who should run for presidency in the Wamnyoro group. And if Rigathi will push to be on the ballot late come 2027, then Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will also be left with no option. He will also run for presidency. Also, Fred Okengo-Matiang'i. As you know, Fred Okengo-Matiang'i is actually being pushed to be on the ballot to run for presidency, because we have big political giants in this republic who believe that Fred Okengo-Matiang'i must be on the ballot. And that is why Fred Okengo-Matiang'i is trying to come up as the only political leader who is representing Kenya, who is a national leader. And that is why Fred Okengo-Matiang'i actually want to have a political party with a national outlook. And Fred Okengo-Matiang'i is actually expected to jump into Jubilee as a political party so that he can use it as his vehicle towards 2027 presidential election. And also because many people believe that Fred Okengo-Matiang'i is the person suitable to run for presidency of this republic. And because he is also being pushed by other Kenyans, he might also go to the ballot. And if we will find on the ballot, we have those three individuals from the opposition side, then I can say for sure that William Samoei Arap Ruto will actually defeat those three candidates mercilessly. And that is why I believe that Rigathi Gachagua should actually not run for the top seat. Because for him to run for the top seat, it means he is going to hand presidency again to William Samoei Arap Ruto, because his candidacy will be viewed by many Kenyans in a very different way. As long as he is the king of the mountain, then you will find that other regions will gang against Rigathi Gachagua, because people from different regions in this republic, they feel that Mount Kenya has been producing presidency in this republic, and it is time for Mount Kenya to step aside for other regions so that they can also produce presidency. And because of that factor, that is why I believe Rigathi Gachagua presidency is actually death on arrival. It is not going to have a significant impact in the national politics. And at the same time, I feel that Rigathi Gachagua is falling into the trap of William Samoei Arap Ruto. Because William Samoei Arap Ruto knows very well that if Rigathi Gachagua will stand for presidency, it means he will destroy the forts of Mount Kenya and he will divide the side of opposition. Because, as you know, the fort which actually coming from Mount Kenya is quite huge. And if Rigathi Gachagua could stand or could go for presidency, let's come 2027. Also, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will actually run for presidency, and the same to Fred Okengo Matiang'i. That chunk of votes is going actually to be divided between those three individuals, and it will make very easy for William Samoei Arap Ruto to retain his presidency for his second term. And that is why I feel that what Rigathi Gachagua is actually doing is actually to fall into the trap of William Samoei Arap Ruto. And that is what William Samoei Ruto probably is praying for. To divide the what? To divide the opposition. So, Rigathi Gachagua coming out to say that Kenyans are pushing him to go for the presidency of this republic. For me, I feel that is the biggest mistake that Rigathi Gachagua is doing. Rigathi Gachagua should actually be the person who is going to make sure to hold the opposition together. He should make sure that he is going to be the kingmaker, but not the king. And that is the only way the opposition can actually be able to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. So, in summary, Rigathi Gachagua should not dream to go for presidency, but he should be a kingmaker in the opposition side. What do you say about Rigathi Gachagua coming out and saying that the Kenyans are giving a lot of push so that he can run for presidency? Do you believe that Rigathi Gachagua presidency is viable? And will that presidency ambition from Rigathi Gachagua be able to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this was your first time to bump into this YouTube channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give a like this video, and share the video to your friends. And for those ones who have subscribed and they always keep watching our videos, I say thank you, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political discussion. Goodbye.